The police watchdog has defended its report on the investigation into the death of 3 young Asian men during the Birmingham riots 3 years ago. The father of one of the men, Tariq Jahan, told this programme that he had been denied justice by the police's failure to successfully prosecute anyone for the deaths. But the Independent Police Complaints Commission said that it did not believe there was a realistic prospect of being able to bring action against any officers for mistakes made during the inquiry. Our Home Affairs correspondent, Darshana Soni, has this report.
2 families brought together by their grief which has now turned to anger.
We are angry, we are frustrated, and we feel deeply let down by the West Midlands Police, the Crown Prosecution Service and the courts. I believe that a public inquiry into the actions of the police and the CPS in this case should be ordered by the Home Secretary, Theresa May.
Tariq Jahan said he is heartbroken by the findings of the IPCC. In the summer of 2011, he was credited with saving his city from a race riot, just hours after his own son and 2 other men had been killed. The watchdog has officially published a report into the way the police investigated the deaths, a report which, as we revealed last night, means no officers will ever be disciplined, because the only man found guilty of wrongdoing, Khalid Kiani, has since retired. Is Khalid Kiani a convenient scapegoat because he has now retired?
DI Kiani has been singled out because that's what the evidence has done.
It just seems astonishing that nobody else in the force knew what he was doing.
I think that if people had known what he was doing, they would have done something about it.
Mr. Kiani was one of the officers investigating the deaths of Haroon Jahan and brothers Abdul Musavir and Shazad Ali, who were run over during the riots. 8 men were put on trial but found not guilty and set free after the judge had to halt the proceedings because West Midlands Police failed to disclose they had offered witnesses immunity. The judge described the senior investigating officer, DCI Anthony Tagg, of lying to him under oath, yet he has been cleared of wrongdoing by the IPCC. The judge was very critical of DCI Anthony Tagg and accused him of lying to him under oath, and yet you found he has no case to answer. How do you square that?
I am aware what the judge said, and it was indeed the judge's comments, I think, that led the West Midlands Police to refer the case to us for a thorough investigation. Clearly, we've had a lot more time to do a thorough investigation than the judge did during a trial, and we've been able to take evidence from more witnesses and to look at email chains.
We asked the judge, Mr. Justice Flew, to comment, but he declined. The IPCC has denied accusations that its investigation was a whitewash, but admit that no officers will now face disciplinary charges. The relatives of those who were killed say they take no comfort from the watchdog's report, and they've told me that they'll now be seeking legal advice. And in the last hour, the West Midlands Police and Crime Commissioner has announced he supports the family's call for a public inquiry.